why do athletes or us everyday people go to the gym? Why do we engage in strength and conditioning? And on the surface you go, well, I just want to be stronger. Yeah. Why do you want to be stronger? There tends to be an acknowledgement that there is an inherent physiological load that goes with the thing that you're trying to do. So for the athlete, for the surfer that is trying to get more power on their calves and their turns, they go, the more I move up the world rankings and the intensity of competition, there's going to be greater physical load that goes on certain muscle groups. Therefore, I need to increase not only the strength of those certain muscle groups, but I need to increase their capacity to tolerate the load that is inevitably going to be placed upon them. So therefore, we go into the gym and we start exercising and we start slowly building up the strength, or in another terms, the capacity to tolerate more and more load. And it's a slow build up. And if we think about that in terms of athletic performance, the other thing that it also does is it helps us mitigate injuries. Because if I've got greater capacity and I build up these muscle groups, then there's going to be less likelihood that I'm going to get injured. Sure, but still something could happen and you could get injured. And when you do get injured, do we just go, hey, you just need to stop exercising and not do anything forever, not forever, but for a long period of time, and then just hopefully you recover and then you're able to return to sport? Because no, we then go, well, there was a failure. There's a number of reasons and some things we can't control, but we actually need to go and build it up stronger because we need even greater capacity now to tolerate these different stresses that might be coming in different directions. And it's very normal in the strength and conditioning world. It's very normal in the gym world. I think a lot of people out there can relate if they've had an injury. It's very normal for the exercise scientist or the physio to be like, yep, mate, you just need to do these different recovery exercises and you build up your strength again. Yet in psychology, we really don't have that approach. We really go, well, firstly, you just should be good at what you're doing. You should just be able to control yourself and control your mind. And then if something goes wrong and you make a poor decision or you choke, it's almost this removal of going, okay, don't do anything about it. Try and just not have that happen again. And then when it comes up again, try and control it again. And so you're reiterating this inability to control a certain state, which just creates more and more confusion and worry for the competitor. But if we take the gym analogy and go, hey, we actually need to acknowledge that there is a really large psychological load that goes with being great. And therefore we need to increase our capacity to tolerate the psychological load. And that's a very different approach. And what it gives us an understanding is that it's really, really normal to have some sort of worry because it's important to you, some sort of noise in your head about giving you thoughts and potential solutions to this uncertainty of something that's really, really important. And it astounds me how often we just expect, because someone's really good at a technical skill, just because they can surf well or they can hit a tennis ball well, that they should be able to perform when it matters most on demand. And I just don't think that's very fair, because it's akin to saying, well, I know you've never trained in the gym, but I've seen you be able to run pretty good. Therefore, I think you should go and squat 200 kilos straight away. It's like, but you haven't, yes, your legs work, And it's kind of the same, but in a totally different capacity, right? We really need to firstly acknowledge that doing difficult things on a world stage that really matter to you come with a certain amount of psychological information and noise, right? Because the brain is just trying to reduce the uncertainty of the outcome of the thing that you really care about.